Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So since I set up this channel during the week, this is the second video that I've done. I'm going to be doing it on Apple and the role they played in transforming our nation into what it is today. The original video that you might want to find in my channel is based on the Intel experience here in Ireland that also they came to Ireland in the 80s. Now before I continue, I'd ask that you like, comment and subscribe. Now, back in the 1980s, I was in college in the early 1980s, and I had the great fortune of acquiring the Apple II computer, and it absolutely changed my life, transformed it in every which way possible, and I wouldn't be able to graduate at all without the assistance of the Apple II back then. So I have a great deal of gratitude to the visionaries in Apple for bringing the factory to Cork so that I could purchase one of these fantastic Apple IIs back in the day. Now, before I continue, I'd ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Now, Apple's decision to set up shop in Ireland in the early 1980s was a calculated risk that changed the course of our nation's economy. At the time, as all those, or say over 55 years or older know, Cork was no El Dorado, nor was Dublin for that matter. But Cork was chosen not by chance, but by a vision. The talent, stability, and the strategic foothold in Europe caught the eye of our American partners. Now, over the decades, Apple's presence in Cork didn't just grow, it became a cornerstone of Ireland's tech sector. Today, that growth is undeniable. Apple now employs thousands of people in Cork and Dublin, and those roles have ripple effects across the country. Beyond just jobs, Apple integrated into the Irish economy, building supply chains, partnering with local firms, and boosting exports. But perhaps one of the biggest impacts was how Apple's tax strategy brought Ireland to the centre of the global debate recently. The so-called double Irish structure made Ireland a focal point in international tax discussions. Now, going on from that, when we had the European Union ruling on Apple's taxes that resulted in the largest single bill ever, and that is 13 billion plus to the Irish tax exchequer. That ruling was a watershed moment. It didn't just affect Apple, it reshaped how global tax policy looked at multinational companies. Ireland, once seen purely as a tax haven, now stood as a model for how tax fairness could be enforced in a digital age. Apple didn't shy away, they stayed and continued to invest. Billions went into research and development, especially in the Cork region, where new work in AI and semiconductors is taking shape to this day. Alongside the innovation, Apple also focused on sustainability. Their Cork campus now runs on green energy, setting a standard for how tech can be both cutting edge and environmentally responsible. The effects were felt beyond Apple's walls. Other tech companies took note, and Ireland steadily built a reputation as a tech powerhouse and in an environmentally responsible way. Now, today's Apple's role in Ireland is central to the nation's broader economic strategy. Ireland is becoming, or rather has become, a gateway to Europe for America, and Apple is a key part of that. The company's investment in education is also significant. They partners with schools and universities, giving our students access to world-class training in technology and business. As Apple expands its footprint, building a new 300-person office in Dublin and a 1,300 employee campus in Cork, it is clear that this is just one step in a major program of expansion. In short, Apple's presence in Ireland is more than just a business success story. It's a reflection of how a global company like Apple can help shape a nation's economy like our own. And for here in Ireland, it's a reminder that strategic decisions decades ago are still paving the way for us today. So this is more than just about jobs or tax policy. It's about the long-term effect on Ireland's place in the global economy. Apple's investment attracted other multinationals, creating a cluster effect. Suddenly, Ireland was no longer a peripheral player, it was a central node in the European tech landscape. This wasn't accidental. Ireland's business friendly policies combined with Apple's commitment gave both a foundation and a platform. As we look to the future, Apple's continued presence in Ireland ensures that this growth isn't just a flash in the pan, it's a lasting part of how Ireland will shape its economic future with Apple through innovation, education, and a steady global outlook. Now, if you like this video, I'd ask that you give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, bye for now.